first of all, I'd like to thank John Higgins, Trent Lovewell, and Pete Larson. There's a lot of these games going on around the country, and I'm not sure there are many places where the officials donated their game fee to the cause. So obviously that's pretty cool that those three agreed to do that. This was great for us. I hope it's something that the NCAA will allow us to continue to do. It's for a great cause, number one, but it's great for our team. I think it's great for UNO, great for our fan bases. But having said that, it's October, and normally we don't play games in October. So at times it looks like we shouldn't be playing games in October because there's a lot of mistakes made. But for us, as banged up as we've been, a game is much more valuable than practice because they can go harder for longer and not have to pace themselves. So there were some really good things, and obviously a lot of mistakes made, but some of them I think are correctable.
Questions for the student athletes first.
These are both guys balancing not just the good with the bad, but the stuff that you know is going to be cleaned up by the time the season gets going, and just versus things that you see where maybe things that have cropped up in practice, like flaws and things like that. What did you see there from you guys?
For us, I would say defensively, I think we're better than we usually are. Early on, that was something we struggled with our first couple weeks of practice. And, Coach Mack has been really pushing us to become a better defensive team because if we want to be a good team and do the things we say we want to do, then we're going to have to get it done on the defensive end. As you see, we got many talented offensive guys, but, we got to get better on defense, man. I think we did get better tonight, and then carrying over to these next practices going into the next couple games to get ready for the season, we got to get better at defense still.
Yeah, kind of like what Marcus said. Defensively, we really got to, step it up and stop getting blown by. And then the next step we need to really look forward to is rebounding, especially defensively. They out rebounded us on the offensive glass. So that's one thing we definitely are going to have to clean up.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely getting confident, especially after having a scrimmage on Sunday and then coming and playing this game. They're starting to understand, the difference between high school and college basketball, and, that's good for us. So I'm glad we were able to play in that scrimmage and then come and play this week and then, have another exhibition next week to really, get everything fine-tuned for us to go into playing Yale November 10th. I think we were pretty comfortable at it. I think that's when me and Kyrie, we kind of worked on in the offseason. We knew that coming in, our point guard situation wouldn't be as where we want it to be right now. It will get better, but, we were prepared for us to be able to have the ball in our hands more and, get our teammates open more.
You just got to remember to throw it to the guys in the white jerseys.
I'm working on
You colorblind?
In my right eye, I might be.
Yes, sir. That's something that I really just try to really push the freshmen into, knowing where to be at and little detailed stuff like that. Because I was a freshman out there just running around, and that's something I really just was like, I can't have that with these new freshmen because we're not as talented. So, taking them under my wing is something that all the seniors did my freshman year. And I'm trying my best to really get them more comfortable and more confident. Yes.
Yeah, with not having the experiences we usually have, me and Kyrie, we have to, sometimes take initiative and, go out our way to get buckets for our team in order for us to be good. And, some guys kind of like it, talking to Mitch on the bench, he said once I got going early on, it kind of got him into the flow of the game. So, it's something I can definitely look forward to doing when we get stagnant sometimes offensively and we need some quick points.
22 points on 11 shots for you. Last Matt when you leave the room, but what did you think of your shot selection tonight? How would you assess that, considering it's been something you've worked on?
Yeah, that's something I've been working on a lot. Coach Max on me a ton about it. So, I think I did pretty good tonight, in my eyes, at least, on the shots that I took. Usually I remember last year I would probably take, about 17 shots and, 6 or 7 of them would be bad shots that I shouldn't have taken. So, I'm kind of happy with my progression on being more disciplined on my shot taking.
Two more for the student athletes. All right, thanks, guys.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Questions for Coach McDermott?
Mac, what do you think of your freshman? You threw him out there tonight.
Yeah, I mean that's what these things are for. We used them up in Minnesota as well, and I thought Mitch, both of them at Minnesota, Tyshawn and Mitch, their first run wasn't great. Then they settled in and they were better. I thought Mitch was really good the entire game. Missed a couple shots that he's going to make, and Tyshawn made a great play before halftime on that last second play to get it in the teeth of the defense and kick it out and get us a shot. So they're coming. Jacob's not ready yet. His body's not ready, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have to play him some. He could use a year of the weight room and nutrition, and similar to the path we use for Justin, but I'm not sure we have the luxury to do that. So this is great for him, and at the same time we're got Caleb Joseph some minutes for the first time. He's only practiced really a day and a half, so to get him out there for 9 or 10 minutes and really looking at a lot of different combinations on the floor to see what's going to work best in certain situations, and for the most part I've been really pleased with those freshmen. Well, some of it's been forced upon us because of Caleb's injury. We've had to play. You got to play somebody else there at point guard position. So because of Caleb's injury, Tyshawn's had to play it some, and he's done a decent job. And Tyler Clement tonight was like he usually is. He's pretty solid. Doesn't turn it over much. Makes open shots. I think he has a little bit of a calming effect on our team. And while I didn't think Davion was great the first half, I thought he was really good the second half. And defensively, there were some things that I wanted to see improvement from him from the Minnesota scrimmage to tonight, and that was certainly there. He fought through ball screens better. He kept the ball in front better. His help position was much better. So we've got a lot of options there, and I think that'll be a fluid position a good portion of the season, because I think in different situations, different guys can step up and do the job for us. Martine played great at Minnesota. He wasn't as good tonight, and Toby's still battling that ankle, and he played a little bit better at Minnesota than he did tonight. Manny was more effective today than he was at Minnesota, and he just he probably missed a couple opportunities to spray the ball out on offensive rebounds, but he's one of the few guys on our team that can get a basket around the rim. Ronnie, I thought Ronnie's activity was outstanding, especially the second half. He was all over the place, getting offensive rebounds, made good decisions in transition, switched some ball screens and kept guards in front when he switched. So, Jacob's the one that's just probably a little bit behind, but he's young and he's inexperienced and he's thin. But every one of these experiences at 12 or 13 minutes he played at Minnesota and then what he did tonight, that's just going to help him improve. And anytime you have that film to watch, it helps guys get better. we're moving the right direction there. You know, Marcus has really improved. He's not taking near as many chances as he did last year, and you know, Kyrie's gotten a little better, and he was pretty good the way it was. And you know, the difference is, you know, with Davion and Caleb and Tyshawn, you know, they are a little taller, a little more length than what Maurice had. So you're covering a little bit more ground with your length. What we don't have is that shot blocking presence that we had with Justin. You know, just the threat of him back there. You know, he blocked a few. He changed several more. We're going to have to play without that. We're going to have to figure out a way, and that's why we have to keep it in front of us a little bit better. And it's going to be really important that we clean up our defensive rebounding. We have to have kind of a gang rebounding mentality because, you know, we don't have those guys that can get to the top of the square. And, you know, we don't have a lot of bulk down there, so we're going to have to do it in other ways. Yeah, they go hand in hand. You know, that's his skill set, obviously, to get off the floor quick and have the length that he had. You know, several of those passes tonight that were thrown up there that didn't result in any points would have been points with Justin. And you know, while Justin was a work in progress too defensively last year, he was a good secondary defender protecting the rim. So, you know, we'll get better at that. Our positioning's got to get better. We have to anticipate a little bit more, a little better than we are. But you know, we've had some guys make some really good progress.
Just follow up on the question of Marcus. You worked on it in the summer, and what you two have been working on tonight, obviously, 22 points, 11 shots.
We're really efficient, and he's, you know, there was maybe one shot against Minnesota I didn't like. So you know, if we can go 2 games and there's only one shot I don't like, we're in great shape. But I think he understands. You know, we've broken it all down. We've showed him the percentages on some of those shots versus step-in threes. You know, the difference is dramatic. So you know, he's smart enough to understand that we've got to get a good one. And you know, he turned it over tonight. He and Taz did not turn it over against Minnesota. So we just got a little sloppy tonight, and we have to clean that up. But Marcus has made good progress on both ends of the floor, and I think tonight was an example of that. Yeah, I mean, I think it's something you'll see a little bit of every game because I'm not sure. You know, Tyshawn and Mitch are really close to ready, more ready than a lot of freshmen that I've coached in terms of their understanding and ability to make plays for themselves and other people. Unfortunately, they're at the same position as our 2 best players. So we as a coaching staff have to get creative to figure out, you know, how do we get them on the floor a little bit more. And to do that, you slide to Taz or Marcus over to the point, and you can outlet it really to any of the 3 guys and let them attack. So you know, that's something we've certainly tinkered with in practice and will continue to. But you know, at least in the near future, I'd like to get Caleb back to full strength just to see exactly where he's at, because we haven't been able to get a sense of that because of his injuries. Yeah, it was you know, somebody, I think Missouri State reached out to us and asked if we'd be interested, and we looked at a couple dates that they had, and it didn't work, so I immediately called Darren. And, you know, it's great for, I don't know what he said, but it's awesome for your teams just to get out there in front of fans against another Division I team. It gets a lot of the jitters out, and you can't simulate it in practice. You know, you know your own plays in practice. The defense knows your plays, and now you're playing against somebody else and you know, in front of a crowd, and you have to perform. So yeah, it was great for us, and I appreciate the 8,000 people that showed up, and you know, I think it's obviously we raised some pretty good money for a needy cause. Thank you.